everyone. So our next countdown video here is 5 love languages of grief. And Dr. Alan Wolfelt, who has written a lot on grief and done a lot of articles, presentations, check out all of his stuff. And today we're going to look at an article he wrote for funeralbasics.org about the 5 love languages of grief. And I love that he has taken a play on the 5 love languages and transferred it over to grief, because grief is truly another form of love. So we're going to be paraphrasing and reading a lot of what he has written for this article. Now, it's not surprising that we all grieve differently, and we may not understand how someone else is grieving a loss because it's not how we would react to a loss ourselves. So in turn, just like we do in any relationship, a marriage, a friendship, anything, we are going to support our friends and family the way that maybe we would want to be supported. And maybe that's not the best for our friends or family. Just like they may support you in your loss and not the way that you need, but it's the way they would want to be supported through a loss. So Dr. Wolfelt recalls in the 1995 book, The 5 Love Languages, which was written by Dr. Gary Chapman. If you guys have never read this, check it out. There's a little online test you can do to see what your own love languages are. It's always surprising. And like throughout my relationship with Josh, almost every year I've kind of gone back and done it because the little test, because it changes over time. I think as your relationship evolves, your needs change, what may work best for you changes. And so I kind of check in with myself to see where I'm at and how I'm changing. And it's very interesting. So check that out. So Dr. Git Chapman introduced us to the idea that human beings feel cared for by others in 5 primary ways: receiving gifts, spending quality time together, hearing words of affirmation, being the beneficiary of acts of service, and experiencing physical touch. If you know your love language, drop it in the comments below. Tell me what your love language may be. I would love to hear and see kind of the variety of love languages you guys have. So we feel loved when we experience the language best suited to our unique personalities. Dr. Wolfelt saw that giving support to someone in grief could work in the same way with the language that speaks to the person experiencing the loss. Who'd have thought? Like, it's such an easy concept, but I love that he has transitioned this over to loss for us. So he invites you to consider the following 5 ways of being supported in your grief. Which love language helps you the most? So which one would you think reflects for you? So number 1 is receiving gifts. In Dr. Chapman's book of work, gifts of love are actual gifts, tangible, visible objects that give to someone we care about as means of expressing our affection and devotion, Dr. Wolfelt says. So people whose primary love language is receiving gifts see presents of physical symbols of others' love and thoughtfulness. So they love receiving an item, big, small, inexpensive, expensive, doesn't matter, but receiving something tangible they can hold on to. If you're someone who values the love language of gifts, consider letting your friends and family know you like to be supported in that way. You may then more appreciate the flowers being sent to you, or food, or photo frames, candles, ornaments, trinkets of remembrance that you can have around your home, you can carry with you. You may like those things more. This makes me think like cremated remains and doing parting stones where you can carry a loved one. Maybe carrying them is because you're receiving them from somewhere else. Maybe that's going to be a better journey for you after the loss. So with this love language, Dr. Wolfelt says it can be tricky to ask for what you need. Please give me gifts would be considered impolite by many. So consider sharing what you've learned about your love language with friends or empathetic family members. Perhaps your people can take on the role of explaining to others the lasting meaning. So maybe letting your immediate circle know, hey, I would like tokens to remember my spouse or my child or my parent. And they can let others know, hey, what does Kari need right now? You know, she might like something she can set around the house or she can carry with her. That might be something nice to get her. So spreading the word through your immediate circle, what might be good for you, And when you receive a gift, make sure that you send a thank you note or a call or acknowledge it. Don't just receive something, make sure you acknowledge it. That's a lost art right now, but thank you notes are important. So, the number two love language is spending quality time together. So, Dr. Wolfelt says, for many people, there's no present more precious than the gift of presence. I love the play on the word presence and presence. Let friends and family know the best way they can help you during your time of grief is simply to be there for you. Literally, just be there. You need physical presence. You need people with you. Maybe you don't want to be alone. Maybe you like lots of people around and you like that just feeling surrounded by people. So let people know that. Hey guys, I don't really want to be alone tonight. Who wants to come for a sleepover? Let people know. Consider too if you feel supported when you have the opportunity to talk to others about your grief. In general, sharing your story of love and loss is a good idea. It helps you work through those thoughts and feelings. Of course, your family and friends aren't the only ones who can help you. When you're going through this time, Dr. Wolfelt recommends get involved in your community. Go be around people. It doesn't just have to be your core group of family, friends, coworkers. Volunteering, getting involved with organizations, spending more time at church. Those are important things as well. Don't forget that grief never completely ends. If this is your love language, you'll need the healing presence of friend and family, not just in the first month, but far into the future. So reach out, set up some get togethers down the road, and keep that physical presence around you continuing. If you know you need that, plan it out. So you know 6 months from now you have a girls' trip, or 6 months from now you're going to be getting together to do a cookie baking night, during the holidays, whatever it may be, plan it out and ask for that presence. Now, number three is hearing words of affirmation. Dr. Wolfelt tells us that this griever feels most supported by words that are kind and encouraging. Words of affirmation might be your love language if you have an appreciation for hearing other people tell you, I love you. I'm here for you. I have seen how you fill in the blank. I have seen how you care for others. I have seen how you know, work. I have seen how you accomplish things. Many people blank you. Many people love you. Many people support you. Many people are here for you. If this describes you, let your friends and family know how meaningful you find it when they share these words with you. You hear these supportive comments and things. Tell them their words of encouragement, support you, and lift you up in dark times. Sometimes you have to encourage others even when they're encouraging you. Hey, I love when you encourage me. And then they'll encourage you more. It's letting people know what you need so that they can fulfill your needs. Don't make them guess. Nobody's mind readers. We say that in relationships, with our spouses and with our partners. We're not mind readers. They can't know what we want exactly. So the more we lay it out there for people, especially in grief, the more we will fulfilled by the people around us. And on number 4 is being the beneficiary of acts of service. Now, for some grievers, Dr. Wolfelt says, actions speak more loudly than words or mere presence. Do you appreciate help with tasks? Do you feel cared for when others go out of their way to help you with things that need doing? If so, this might be your love language. Since the death of your loved one, have others said to you, let me know if I can do anything? We hear this, right? Sometimes it seems a little cliche. Oh, let me know if I can do anything for you. Do they really mean that? Should I really call upon them? It is a natural impulse to want to do something to show support. Usually what happens though is that grievers don't ask for assistance, so no assistance takes place. So please ask. People often do genuinely want to help, but they don't know how. I often tell families to delegate and let people help. If I'm meeting with families, I'll say, If they offer, they genuinely want to support you and they don't know how. So if you're craving Taco Bell, let your friend go get you Taco Bell. If you want a Diet Coke, let them go to the grocery store and get you a Diet Coke. Let people go pick up, hey, I ordered up groceries. Can you run and grab that pickup order for me? Oh, my house needs cleaned. My laundry needs done. My yard needs mowed. The leaves need picked up. Let people help with those things. Sure, they're obvious. Sure, they need done. But most people think, ooh, bring a meal. You can only eat so many casseroles. You can only stock the freezer with so much food. But it's all the other things, the lawn work, the laundry, the cleaning, someone watching the kids so you can just take a long walk, someone watching the kids so you can go and accomplish something that you just still have to accomplish, even though you're going through heartbreak. The world continues on, and there are things that still need to be done, and you need support to do those things. So ask. Now, number 5 is experiencing physical touch. Dr. Wolfelt asks, are you someone who enjoys hugging, sitting close to others, maintaining eye contact, holding hands, or walking arm in arm? If so, this might be your love language. If you're someone who's always valued physical touch, your friends and family will know to expect it from you. You may, however, want to emphasize to them how extra necessary you find their hugs and physical closeness during your time of grief. If this is your love language, you might also be more prone to physical symptoms of grief. So it's common for people in mourning to experience stomach aches, heart palpitations, heartaches, lack of sleep, and other physical symptoms. He lets us know. If bodily problems are making it hard for you to function and focus on healing, go to the doctor. Talk to them about this. They can help with your physical symptoms that you're not able to control. You know, it's crazy. I had someone tell me the other day, and I never knew this. I haven't looked into it, but if you don't cry with your eyes, your body will cry inside. What? Like your body has to release those feelings and that grief and that sadness somehow. And tears are a manifestation of all of those feelings. It's not just sadness, but there are things that your body emits when you're feeling certain feelings. So I can't wait till I need to look into that more. But your body is going to manifest physically that sadness, that hurt, that anger, that grief that you go through. So those who crave touch, Dr. Wolfelt says, will be soothed by regular contact. In addition to physical closeness, physical activity may be helping you, or consider inviting someone to take a walk with you every day. Move your body. Sometimes just motion helps get out some of what's building up. Physical proximity combined with exercise, conversation may be what you need right now. You know, I believe Dr. Chapman's love languages offer a helpful framework for recognizing and understanding our own primary love languages so that you know how to ask and receive the most effective support in your grief. So thank you to Dr. Wolfelt for this insight and a new way for us to look at our own grief and needs and how to support people we love. And ask more poignant questions when you're asking your friends and family, how could I support you or what can I do for you? Do you need me? Would it help you in your loss for me to bring you something? Would you like me to come sit with you? Send the cards, don't even ask. Just send some cards randomly, not just that 1 week after the loss, but send cards and reach out, send texts. Do some acts of service outside of the casserole. Step back and look at the big picture of your friend or family who's gone through a loss. Do they need their leaves blown? Do they need help running their children to activities because they've gone from 2 parents down to 1? Do they need extra hugs? Do they need you to come pick them up and get them out of the house and go have coffee somewhere else because sitting at home having coffee might be too much for them doing it in silence when they had someone to talk to before? So step outside and look at that and really think of your friend, your loved one, and who you know they are in their regular everyday life and what they kind of search for and need, because that's going to be the same things they need in grief, not so much what you need to give them by what you think they need. So check out funeralbasics.org and check out other articles by Dr. Alan Wolfelt. Bye, guys.